Good evening, everyone. My name is Kira Smith, and this is my persuasive speech on why college athletes should be paid. Imagine waking up at 5 a.m. for practice, attending classes all day, traveling for games on weekends, and performing in front of thousands of fans. Now imagine doing all of that while your university earns millions of dollars from your performance, yet you receive no pay for the work you do. This is the reality for many college athletes across the country. College sports are a huge part of American culture. Stadiums are filled with fans, games are broadcast on national television, and universities earn massive profit from ticket sales, merchandise, and sponsorship deals. However, the athletes responsible for these profits historically receive little financial compensation beyond scholarships. Today, I want to persuade you that college athletes should be paid because they generate enormous revenue for their schools, they devote a tremendous amount of time and effort to their sport, and fair compensation will help support their education and well being. First, college athletes generate huge amounts of money for universities. College football and basketball programs bring in millions of dollars every year through ticket sales, television contracts, and sponsorship deals. According to research on college athletics, major universities earn significant revenue from sports programs that rely entirely on student athletes. The NCAA and university also profit from merchandise, advertisements, and branding connected to these athletes. Fans buy jerseys, attend games, and watch televised competitions because of the athletes' talents and performance. However, despite these massive profits, athletes historically were not paid directly for the value they created. This situation raises an important question about fairness in college sports. Second, college athletes dedicate a significant amount of time and energy to their sport. Many people assume that college athletes simply play a game a few hours a week, but the reality is very different. Athletes often spend several hours each day practicing, training, studying game strategies, traveling, and competing in games. In many cases, the time commitment is comparable to a full-time job. Because of these demanding schedules, it can be extremely difficult for athletes to work part-time jobs to support themselves financially. In addition to the time commitment, athletes also face physical risks such as injuries and long-term health problems. Despite these sacrifices, many athletes struggle financially while representing their universities. Finally, paying college athletes will help provide fairness and support their well-being. Many athletes come from families with limited financial resources, and additional income could help cover everyday expenses such as food, transportation, and housing. Financial compensation will also recognize the value of the athlete's work and contributions to their universities. When athletes help generate millions of dollars in revenue, it makes sense that they should share in the success they create. Providing fair compensation could also reduce exploitation and help create a more ethical system in college athletics. Some people may argue that college athletes should not be paid because they already receive scholarships for their education. While scholarships are valuable, they do not always cover all living expenses such as food, transportation, and personal needs. In many cases, athletes still struggle financially, even though they dedicate most of their time to their sport and school responsibilities. In addition, universities and athletic organizations still make millions of dollars from the performances of these athletes. Scholarships alone do not fully compensate athletes for the revenue they help generate or the physical demands they experience. Paying college athletes will create a more fair system that recognizes the true value of their work and dedication. For these reasons, providing financial compensation to college athletes is a reasonable and fair solution. In conclusion, college athletes deserve to be paid for their contributions to their universities. They generate significant revenue for their schools, they commit enormous amount of time and effort to their sport, and fair compensation will help support their education and financial stability. College sports would not exist without the athletes who train, compete, and represent their school with dedication and talent. If universities benefit financially from the hard work and talent of college athletes, then those athletes should share in the rewards they help create. Thank you. My name is Kira Smith, and that was my persuasive speech on why college athletes deserve to be paid. Good night.